Alright, is it recording? Come on. I mean, it shows it in the bottom left, but the thing itself... This is why I hate this sometimes. I mean, it works great. But okay, it gave me the notification recording has started. Good. Hello, and welcome back to Dishonored. Where we last left off, we were in the Hound place thingy. My timelines for my videos is getting more and more fucked. I mean, I'm losing track. Because I still have parts from Doki Doki from that one late night session. No, the late night session's been uploaded. It was the second one where I finally finished it. And then there is also... So this is being recorded the day after the first part of Dishonored, which was recorded the day after WoW Ascension. And WoW Ascension was recorded the same day as PUBG Part 3. I don't remember when I recorded the first two parts of PUBG. I mean, everything's just really weird because I'm uploading things from like days and weeks ago. And it's all just really weird. You know what, let's follow the waypoint first. We can explore later if we care.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
Oh, golly gee, I wonder who really killed her. Well, actually, the assassin...
We found our man. Even after 6 months in Cold Ridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story, Trevor. We all have our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
There's nothing like eavesdropping. You can find out a lot from eavesdropping. It's great. We'll check out a lot of stuff.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here.
Goofy
Corvo,
looking.
I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's
Alright, what I
tyranny
was talking
and
about
restoring the throne.
is the actual
At
person
risk of
who
execution,
put
we're
the sword
committed to
through his
finding
stomach.
young Lady Emily.
It wasn't
and
the spy
seeing her
master, it was an
crowned as
assassin.
Empress.
We've got big plans.
I don't remember if
We
we
can't
ever
do
find
any of
this
it without
specific
you.
assassin.
We need your skills, your ability in a fight. And in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry. You must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes. Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep.
Remember,
We can talk more when
kids,
you've rested.
you can be an asshole as long as you are a talented and useful asshole.
Stop at once!
Huh?
Good to have you with us, Corvo. Corvo, what are you up to?
I don't think they like me doing this. Oh.
Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapon. The way out of Cold Ridge Prison. Go see him when you can.
Boom!
What in the blazes was that?
Oh my god, this is great. Open the door. Okay, we wanted to check out down here, right? Anything down here? We're getting money, so that's good. Process whale oil. What is this, Futurama? Okay, so we need a key. Oh man, them shadows are not proper. What's up, Wallace?
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
Alright, that's nice. Wow, we are stealing shit, like legit just stealing shit from people. This is great. Oh, golly.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
Yep. Let's listen to this.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Huh. Did you do that? Like, I'm just some elusive person nobody can see. Do a little exploration. Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2, excerpt from the travel journal of a whaler in his final years. Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2, or Gaffer's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime, but it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor, and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young lady empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you can imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandus. Oh, I just realized it's been 6 months we've been in the prison. I've seen the cliffs around Pandaesia. I know that's not how you say that. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be separated by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, Gav hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it matters. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. Shit. Havelock Entry 1. That's the guy who had the essence. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo and the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero sent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, Dunwall Navy could secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo, can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him an odds of 1 in 5. Fuck you. Whale oil. Oh, here's the first one. Of a young whaler. Okay. Or Gaffer's early adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood, leaving behind our home city of Hierro in the cold, but beautifully white landscapes we had always known. We boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I've helped Nina establish the business, I was free to help pursue my dreams. Signing on with a whaling ship that was the most exciting thing I've ever done. I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beast up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirits so as the wind and pounding waves, racing after a wounded whale being pulled by skin of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me, so that Nia barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sunny with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes, but she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. So optimism turned into complete shit. It's gotta suck. Admiralty in the fleet, except from a book on naval history. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more invived than that of Crystal, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who commanded them. Boys come of the age in the story. God damn it. Boys come of age in the cities of Crystal, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings. As during the Morley insurrection, in the times of war and peace, Crystal continues to innovate at sea. The ship's design of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchering process. In processing. Even as the ship returns to Donewall, the crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies such as Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. These are long. And I'm butchering reading each and one of them because I'm not used to reading that much. Harpooner songs, excerpt from a book of sea shanties sung by whalers. What will they do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? Early in the morning, feeding him to... Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner early in the morning. Way hey, and up she rises early in the morning. Oh, what the hell? Slice his throat with a rusty cleaver. Stuff him in a sock and throw him over. What the hell? That ain't cool, man.
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
That's a key. Can I take the key? No? I'm just okay. Excerpt from a series of Overseer Invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy gray waste of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions. Virtuous actions, so that others will not lose their way. To those who would choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes and far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. So they got a lot of the same books. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Feeding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops. Remember the word esoteric? Knot and loops of the seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden... Huh? Is he... A morbid fascination pushed me closer until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With refined tones she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and now is your turn to be mended. What the fuck? Okay, so, something about sewing flesh. Young Prince of Tivia. That's one place from the whaling story. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir? Clothed so in my very home, I would hang you over to the watch-deprived Tivian. Prince Calusar, moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. At last she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Calusar, smiling coyly. reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh my Calscar, your skin is so warm it burns. What the fuck? What is this? What is any of this? What is any of these stories?
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Getting that exploration in. What? We're still in here? Alright, that goes outside. Gonna get all this loot. I like that we can sprint straight.
You lost your mind?
Oh, shut up. It's empty bottles. The place is already a dump. Alright, so we went upstairs and explored literally everything, I believe. Let's do one more final run. It's always good to double check. Alright, no. We explored everything over here. However, we did not go up onto the last floor. Did I check over here for loot? See, I would have missed this. No, it's a book. God damn it.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter
Wallace.
of the late Empress is required to speak to the city
Just a
watch.
brick? Okay. Alright. Anything up here? Nope. What's this?
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
Alright, and then it's you. These maid outfits, I'm digging them.
I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen.
Oh, this
It
is my
a bit
bed.
romantic, though, isn't it?
I was supposed to come up here, actually. No, I'm supposed to see that one guy first. Wasting a lot of time, but, you know, exploring is nice. Yeah, because we're exploring, that's what this is right now.
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
Okay. Let's, yeah, we've explored the entirety of the pub building. Let's go over here to this guy.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil is running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
Yeah, we don't want to throw this. It'll blow up, and then the part will fail, and I'll have to go back and
I'll
loot
plug it in.
everything.
Jet? Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them.
My mask
You
is
just
cooler.
Hold still. Fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Send the lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables, and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Let's have a look. I already have a lot of coin, yeah. So, rewire tool. Alright, so... Spring razor trap. Let's look at the upgrades. I'm more interested in those. we don't really need that. We'll probably get eventually bolt capacity. Standard bolts. Come on. Well, see, the way we're going about this is we're avoiding combat completely, and we're not going to alert anybody, so really, we just gotta do stuff like this. Need that, and we need that. Alright. Then we're pretty much out of money.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can. Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
I shall. Alright, let's continue looking around. That's a... I'm stealing stuff from his thing. Pero's request denied. Pero, no, I will not sign off these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal, Tevian ore, what's wrong with the metals and crystal? King Sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly. This is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wires or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one's going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havrock. That's not too polite. Second solution. Excerpt from the series of newspaper articles from a prominent natural philosophers by Pero Joplin. It is thorough no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Pero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a mean of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect, elegant in fact. Oh, it like tilts. I don't like that it does that. While it is true that Pero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. It is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. In the subtle and secret variance in the key ingredients making up Pero's remedy, it's sure that it works on higher functions that separate humankind from mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Renhaven River. If you're wondering what hagfish are, I would compare them to slaughterfish from Elder Scrolls. But yeah, basically, Pero's own version of like the formula acts as sort of a mana potion, while Sokolov's is a health potion. Whale visection. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female some 42 in length, estimated she'd weigh 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the massive tentacles around her mouth. What the what? What? Within, I found a row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along her upper jaw. This broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food through the water that was too small to be chewed. Did she get attacked by a squid or something? What the fuck's up with the tentacles? Dead counter responsibilities. Excerpt from a manual on New City Watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have a command in situations related to the plague and handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test, and if accepted for the 2-week training tour, pay will be administered in coins or rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. Dead counter responsibilities. Wait, no, that's what I just read. Failed experiments. Excerpt from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Perio Joplin. Of course, I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs, of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all a part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this. Despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the I know how to say this. I know that's articracy. I can't remember how to say this fucking word. Aristocracy, I feel like it's that. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risk. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolon's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. I mean, he's not wrong. He's only wrong if he ends up failing completely. Empty whale tank. You know, I wonder. It'll be funny if it actually lets me do this. Take that coin. Alright. Opello.
I speculated this might happen.
Yeah, see, that's why you don't want to throw things.
My break with the Academy was explosive, for lack of a better word.
The Academy
I
teaches
had to
that
rebuild
absurd
from scratch,
idea that
but
the energy.
so much the better. I was sick of using tools made by lesser men.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time and then observe them for years if need be to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Whoa, parkour. Parkour. Woo, okay. Let's do a little more looking around. This is what this entire part's about to be, I realize, is just me exploring the Hound Pub, not Pound Pub. What if I go swimming? Anything bad gonna happen? Just invisible barriers. I don't think there's anything out here for me. Could be though. That's why we're checking. See? We're being rewarded for our efforts. Getting a lot of money. Oh, come on. Get out of there. Oh, fuck. Oh. Fuck's happening? Ah, it's a fucking hagfish. Motherfucker. Run, bitch. Another one. Oh no, it's a regular fish. I feel like I should be able to open this, but I don't think it'll let me. Alright. Oh fuck. Am I stuck? No! 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 No, what is that? Go away. I don't want to record through Windows, bastard. Oh, this is like seriously saddening.
Astonishing. Unexpected.
Oh well, a lot of our time was just spent reading, so didn't actually miss out on loot. There's no purpose to me doing that. Oh hey, we found a new book though. Excerpt from a recent book detailing Sokolov's machines. One of the advantages of Sokolov's technology is that they share the same magnetic socket of the tanks of processed whale oil they use as fuel. When a tank is exhausted, another one can be plugged into place with ease, and the process is simple enough that any common workman or even lower guardsman of the city watch can handle the task. This applies to the arc pylon and wall light security system, as well as powered carriages used for transport by those few who are wealthy enough to afford them. The only obvious downside of Sokolov's design is that the validity of the tanks themselves. A few incidents have occurred resulting in damage to property or bodily harm whenever one of the tanks has exploded. Because they can explode.
I speculated this might happen.
So there's stuff over there to look at too, but I want to go back and get that thing again. so some food. Is there anything else really? Nah, not really. Yeah, I'm not falling for that shit again. Fucking hagfish. They did not expect me to be walking over here and such. Ooh, what's this? Must be the sewer area I couldn't go in earlier. Alright, so we explored this area. Count Pit's key needed. Everything's got to be locked on it.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human high energy use in the body. I could build it.
Finding all the things you wanted. It's hilarious. A lot of places need keys. Yeah, back in here. Anything over here? doesn't really appear to be much over here. Alright, we've thoroughly explored the Hound Pub area, it seems, except for that. We're gonna have to wait until I can get up there. Yeah, this was a good waste of time, though.
Is the man dangerous?
Yes, very much so, but no need to fear. He is here to work with our masters.
People say he killed the Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
Okay. If the Admiral trusts him, then so will I.
I like that you can do that. You can eavesdrop on people. Alright. I'm curious how long I've been doing all this. I'm gonna go check real quick.